I want you to see a video before I show you the next video of the CEO of Pfizer. Now, what's shocking about this video is that this video did not come out 6 months ago. The video didn't come out 2 months ago. This video is from 2018, when these hardcore globalists and liars were throwing stuff in people's face to get them subtly ready for what they knew was coming. Watch what he says about forcing compliance for medical procedures. Watch this. And he uses those words.
Basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance. The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do.
That's not fake. I didn't make that video up. Nobody put a gun to his head and give him a script to tell him to read it. This is 2018 technology, folks. He was talking about this 4 years ago. And when CEOs talk about stuff like this, that's because they already have it in development and testing. No joke. So they can force you into compliance through your spending. They'll force you into compliance through your medical. But still, there's that part in Revelation that seems to indicate that people will just love it. They'll run towards it. I don't have to talk about mass psychosis and what happens, right? You get a whole group of people together, you completely ruin their lives, so they get used to that life being ruined, and then you give them something that is equal to 1/10 of what they had before, and they love you and praise you for having that 1/10. We saw it being done in Germany. We've seen it being done all over the world. The former Soviet Union. We've seen it done everywhere. Look at what happens. Here's something that people are raving about. The financing for this is already in place. It's going to be in 22 cities in the United States of America. And actually, this is an older commercial from 2021. And they are planning right now in its deployment to do 3 times the amount. This video is a little longer, but I want you to see it because I think it's important. So we'll stop it a bit of the way and understand that when I interrupt some of these videos, I kind of have to do it, right? So that these videos don't get removed for copyright reasons or so on and so forth. But I want you to watch this. Notice the pretty music.
If at first the idea is not absurd, then there's no hope for it.
Notice the guys with the attractive accents, the pretty music, all of that stuff.
People of the world, welcome to the Giant. The visitor attraction for the 21st century. The exhibition space featuring the Giant Experience, a glorious celebration of the great men and women of your country, inventors, artists, scientists, celebrities, and athletes. The viewing tower. See the city from the shoulders of a giant. The roof garden. New dimensions in retail, gastronomy, and special events for diversity of occasions. The world's tallest moving sculpture. Its head moves. Its arms move.
Can we stop for a second? Just understand that the description that we seem to hear implied in Revelation is an image of a beast that is, in essence, adamant, right? That moves. That's something that is with life. It's kind of the picture that we get. I also want you to look very closely in the images of this commercial, because you will see beast-like images in this commercial that are subtle, that you cannot find unless you look closely. And at one point, it will remind you of the horsemen of the apocalypse in Revelation chapter 6. And that's not, I'm just pointing out what's there. Let's go on.
It speaks and sings. A place to behold heroes and superheroes. A space to celebrate the great and the good. The game changers. The icons of your city and country. Every hour, the giant transforms into an extraordinary person. From sports, science, characters, your favorite heroes, and recites poetry and words of wisdom to the crowds below.
Okay, can we stop for 1 second? Words of wisdom to the crowd below. Understand what they want this place to be. They want it to be a center where you can experience heroes that you look up to and come and find a place of wisdom. It's a deceiving thing. And by the way, they're going to be in lots of cities around the world, and they have the capability of transforming at the same time, showing the same images at the same time, and doing the same things at the same time. Movement and everything. Can you imagine it being used for the description that they're giving you right now, and then eventually when the beast comes into play, he does what? He takes it all over. Let's continue to watch. This gets even more interesting.
Space to celebrate the great and the good. The great men and women who have made this world a better place to live in.
Isn't it amazing how they make it so attractive? It's so beautiful and convincing, and they mention people that are honorable in this, right? Anne Frank, come on. A hero of our time. An amazing hero of our time. Can I also say this, being that we just saw an image there and you guys know what the image is of? Isn't it amazing that in this world, hypothetically, we can actually learn of a world leader being assassinated by an intelligence agency and knowing that that's definitive and nobody in the news talking about it or covering it? That's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. It goes to prove my point about Jesus coming soon. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
To canvas for artistic creation. A creative canvas like no other. A digital art gallery in the sky that displays masterpieces from today and throughout the ages. The giant brings artists together from throughout the world.
It's an image that brings unity. Artists from all over the world, right? And then they're going to show you pictures of corporations that are all about the woke industrial complex. And we're going to talk about the woke industrial complex in a second. And we're going to talk about why it's so dangerous. And we're going to talk about why these cowardly pastors who continue to promote those ideals need to quit the ministry, because it's better that they have a millstone tied around their neck and thrown in the bottom of the ocean than to continue to do the garbage that they're doing right now. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And there are even some in Calvary chapels that are doing it. Okay? So I'm not defending my own people here.
For brand celebration. A new eye-catching platform for businesses to reach customers in a novel and memorable way. A giant opportunity. A business model that delivers world-class experiences and world-class profits. An economic stimulator that enhances tourism, job creation, footfall, and commercial activity in the city. Join the Giants movement. The world's largest selfie. An homage to human potential. The world's most awe-inspiring selfie.
By the way, stop for a second. Stop that. Look at the top left corner. That was not added by me or anybody else. Think about that for a second. And isn't it funny how that image is there when they talk about the world's largest selfie? Why? Because they're seeking to appeal to the secular humanist mindset that says it's all about me. Come into the booth. Praise God, I wouldn't fit in this booth. But come into the booth. We're going to do a 3D scan of you, and you will become, or the image that's up there will become you. And people can praise you for a moment. You can have your grand moment and take a selfie. Isn't it funny how they're advertising the me, I in context with the beast? And by the way, that's what the devil was about from the very beginning. I will be like the Most High. I will ascend. That's what that's all about. Continue on.
Visitors are scanned and instantly become a giant. An experience to share.
And I just say you do see the horse, right? Where the horse is like by his mouth up there in the corner. Okay, go ahead.
And remember for a lifetime. There's nothing like it on the planet. Imagine you can be the giant. The giant transforms into a stage and a backdrop for festivals, concerts, performances, and special events. Let the party begin.
We don't have to go anymore. It's just more of the same. But you understand, it's all about focusing on self, making you the center of everything instead of going to God and making God at the center of it all. Folks, it's going in that direction. It's going in that direction. People are moving in that way. It's hard to describe the direction our world is going in terms of what the Bible declares is going to happen in the final day. We continue to see evidence of it. I don't have to show you the Christmas signs more of the coming of the Lord, because we're seeing all of them right here.